Hello everyone, my name is Albert, also known as Banshee. We are finally here. We have the new overlay set up. I'm trying to get this set up for a minute. Flip the camera so it's easier for me to look at you guys and know where I'm looking and point where things need to be pointed at. I'm going to go over the deck list real quick. We're actually running some Legacy today. I know that sounds crazy. I haven't done Legacy on the channel. I'm excited to do some Legacy though. I played some at my locals, had a good time. I'm going to go ahead and just run through the deck list real quick. This one is one that you've probably seen Thraben U play if you guys watch Legacy content. This was from 2 months ago. I just want to take it through the league and see how it goes. We're running 3 Mother of Runes, a Lion Sash. We got Phelia in the main. This is like our powerhouse card. 2 copies of Thalia, Skyclave Apparition for removal, Flickerwisp, the Goat, as a 4 of, 2 copies of Solitude. We're running a lighter mana base with 4 Witch Enchanters, which makes it a little bit painful, but that's okay. We have 2 Flagstones, 3 Karakas, 7 Plains, 3 Ports, 4 Wastelands. And then for my Stoneforge package, because we are running 4 of her, we got that Lion Sash as mentioned earlier. The Pre-War Formalwear, the Meteor Sword were in that Brazilian list. But Umezawa's Jite is my 61st card. Typically, I'd always play it in Legacy no matter what because it's not legal in Modern. But now it's legal in Modern. I put it in the deck. I'm going to run it that way. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Deck list is in the description below. Because I have this sick new overlay, I'm not putting the deck list right up here. Okay, we're set up with the new overlay. We should be good. Hopefully the lag isn't too bad. I'm going to keep monitoring that as I am doing my videos. I don't think we can keep this hand necessarily. I think that it is kind of a poor hand. It's too slow, so we're going to mull. This is worse. We're going to mull again, go down to 5. My opponent's going to believe that we are on some type of crazy... back, 1 more card back. That kind of sucks. I'm gonna put the Solitude back. We'll keep this. My opponent gets to go first. Let's see if we get absolutely annihilated. Okay, opponent leads on a Flooded Strand, and we're gonna go in our main phase. I'm gonna play a Karakas to start, so I have access to the Witch Enchanter, or to the path towards Plowshares. Gosh, I'm playing Legacy, and we'll see what happens here. Okay, opponent's cracking their Flooded Strand. Okay, grabbing an island and brainstorming. Makes sense to me. Okay, back to us. Ancient Tomb for a show and tell. Great. I'm gonna lead on Witch Enchanter, and that was perfect. Could not have gotten luckier on that one. Wow. And I had Swords to Plowshares backup with Karakas. That's kind of crazy. I'm going to lead Port, and I'm just going to throw Thalia out. Opponent is going to Forceful Will to Thalia. Exiling stock up. They have 2 in hand. I should have gone to combat there. That is my mistake. Let's see what they do. Opponent's passing to me. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to play another Port. I'm going to go to combat with the Witch Enchanter. I unfortunately don't know how many... They got 2 cards in hand. I could be greedy here. I could wait till end step to throw Phelia out. There's the vault. Okay, I'm going to go to end step. We're going to cast a Phelia. Opponent is forcing the Phelia. That makes sense to me. Well, we have a Vial. I am going to go ahead and go to combat here. I'm going to attack my opponent. They're down to 0 cards in hand. What on earth? That is crazy. That should have been my time probably to... They drew another land, so that's where I should have just slammed the Recruiter of the Guard, but that's okay. We're going to say yes, take up that. We have another Plowshares. I'm going to pay 3 with the Recruiter. I'm going to use its ability. We're going to say yes, and I'm going to grab a Flickerwisp here. And I missed another combat. You've got to be kidding me. Not thinking properly. My opponent draws. Okay, makes sense. Opponent isn't doing anything. We drew a Thalia. We're going to go to combat. My opponent down to 8. And then here in the end step, I'm going to activate Aether Vial. We're going to say yes. And Miss Thalia is coming out. And let's see what my opponent has. Another land from the opponent. Go to end step. I'm going to take the Vial up to 3 here. We're going to say yes. We drew another Phelia. I'm going to go to combat. We're going to attack 1, 2, 3. This takes our opponent to 3, where that extra combat would have been really useful. And then I'm going to go to end step. What does my opponent have here? Paying 1 blue, 2 colorless for a Ponder. Okay, and they scoop there. Sweet. We got a sideboarding. I feel pretty good about show and tell. We're going to bring our Containment Priest in. We grab a couple copies of Disruptor Flute, And I think that's going to be our thing there. Just 3 bring-ins. I'm going to cut the... Am I not... Did I forget to put the GTA in the list? I'm like literally talking about how I play 61 card. That's so funny. I forgot to put GTA in the list. Whatever. Skyclave doesn't seem super good here. Lion Sash is definitely not good here. We're going to cut that. We will cut a Skyclave. Another Skyclave. That's so funny. That makes me laugh. That's a solid hand. This is a good anti-sneak and show hand. We got our Witch Enchanter. We got our Solitude. We're gonna keep. I don't know if they have any bombastic like turn 1 start, so this will be interesting. Island from the opponent. Okay, beautiful. Drawing lots of vials. We're gonna go Aether Vial. See what my opponent has. Ancient Tomb. Stock up. Sure. That is so funny. Okay, on our turn, I'm going to tick the vial up. I'm going to say yes. We draw Stoneforge here. Stoneforge is very interesting. Stoneforge is an excellent response to the, what's it called? The disgusting sneak and show. Opponent's forcing the vial. Sure. Happy to see that. You know, I'm not going to cry that my opponent is doing that to me. Okay, let's see what my opponent has going on. Another tomb for another stock up. Sure. We're going to take the vial up too. I don't want to play the Witch Enchanter quite yet. I'm more than happy to throw a Spirit of the Labyrinth out. Hopefully my opponent has like a Ponder or Preordain they're going to play here. And I think Stoneforge is really funny as well. Okay, my opponent is bolting in a Sulfuric Springs and activating a Show and Tell. I am going to have no response to that. I think it's better that we put Witch Enchanter in here to destroy the thing, and if my opponent plays a Atraxa, I don't care so much about Atraxa. We swords, opponent's gonna force of will that's fine. They're trying to fight over this Atraxa, which is fine. We can fight too. We're gonna exile that. That might have been a poor decision, but that's okay. I'm learning how to play this one. What do they get? Ponder, Flow State, Show and Tell, Stock Up, and Omniscience. It's fine. The better play there would have been Violin, Stoneforge, Meteor Sword, destroy whatever came in. Okay, go to end step here. I'm going to activate Vial. We're going to say yes. Spirit of Labyrinth. I'm going to keep the Vial on 2. Karakas is awesome. We get to go to combat here. I'm going to chip in for 5. Oh, this is going to be magnificent. Show and Tell. We're going to activate Vial. We're going to say yes. We're going to grab Stoneforge. We're going to say yes. We're going to grab that Meteor Sword. We're not going to respond to the Show and Tell. Put that Meteor Sword in. They put a land in. We're going to blow this bad boy up here. Sure, that's fine. Yeah, that was incorrect. So I take this up to 3, and that's not awesome. Okay, that is our turn there. Wait, I'm so bad at this game. Oh my god. I'm like thinking way too much. They scooped there. We win the match. Well, got there, so that was awesome. First match of Legacy that's going to go up on the channel. We win with 60 card DNT. That's sweet. That's fast. Okay, so this is me the next night. I accidentally shut my mic off while I was recording this portion of the video, and I'm pretty sure that the guy that I played against subscribed to the channel, and I want to do my due diligence and actually record it. If it was anyone else, I probably would have just been like, sorry, lost the recording. But here I am, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to narrate through it. With 60 card DNT. That's sweet. That's fast. So my opponent has a Yorion revealed. They start on a Marsh Flats and then go into a... I'm going to have to pause here and there. Flooded Strand, crack them both. I play my turn 1 is Flagstones into Aether Vial. My opponent fetches out both lands and plays an Overlord. I go ahead and tick up the Vial. I play a Port. Opponent jams Stoneforge. And then I jam Phelia, in which they go ahead and Swords to Plowshares that. I tick up my Vial for the next turn. Play another land. And I swords their Stoneforge. I tap down their black source. They play a Wasteland, play another Stoneforge, and blow up my Port. Then I go ahead and jam out the Spirit of the Labyrinth and my other Vial. They go land, Vial, and activate that Stoneforge, blowing up my Vial that's on 3. In response to it, I don't get to play my Wisp, so then I play my Wisp to hit my land. which is actually the Witch plus Meadow. So then I get to hit the Overlord of the Belmurk finally. My opponent then grabs Yorion to hand. I go ahead and click in, taking my opponent down to 9. I vial in my Thalia, and then I pass. My opponent jams Yorion, which exiles a Meteor Sword, which hits my vial, and I then jam out a Flickerwisp, hitting the Witch Enchanter, blowing up the sword so that doesn't happen again. I draw Karakas, I play Karakas, bounce the Yorion, and click in with the squad. My opponent does an Uno reverse here, plays Solitude, hits my Flickerwisp, and then activates the Vial, and gets a Recruiter of the Guard, blocks my Witch Enchanter. I take them down to 6, but I think they got it here. They jam Yorion the Sky Noodle, recruit with it, and then they activate the Vial, putting in the Scarab Swarm, which is the most busted Magic card ever. They exile my yard, they get a bunch of 1/1s. I draw Phelia, which isn't enough. My opponent jams Pre-War, which gets back a Stoneforge. Another Meteor Sword's coming in. I draw another land, and then I scoop there. Here's game 2. I lead on Flagstones. Opponent goes to Vial. I play a second Plains, and I jam Disruptor Flute, naming Aether Vial to shut it off. My opponent plays Marsh Flats, cracks it, grabs a Swamp, and has a similar opening where they jam Stoneforge, grabbing the Meteor Sword, a grab Port. So I go ahead and vial the, or not vial, I Swords to Plowshares the Stoneforge so that I can actually play my game and not get blown out. I play my own Stoneforge, grabbing Meteor Sword, in which they erode that. I get to jam out a Witch Enchanter because of that, and I blow up their Vial. They respond with a Stoneforge Mystic, grabbing, I don't remember what the grab here, but I go into a Flickerwisp, hitting my Disruptor Flute so that it can re-enter, naming Stoneforge Mystic so I can choke them a little bit here. They, of course, flash in the Bowmasters, killing my Wisp, which is a great threat. They then Recruiter, which is super impactful. They jam Skyclave, attempting to eat my Disruptor Flute. I respond with a Solitude, yoinking their Stoneforge, and then I jam out Phelia. I get to click in with Phelia. I blink out the token. They double block my Phelia, so I swords the Recruiter of the Guard, and I kill their Bowmasters. And they flash their own Phelia out, which is absolutely backbreaking for me. They then have the blink combo with Phelia, Karakas, which is the coolest trick I've ever seen. They blinked out their Skyclave and they attacked the Phelia and used Karakas to bounce Phelia, so I couldn't block and kill it, which gives them the opportunity to jam Pre-War Formalwear. I use Surgical Extraction here. I put it in during sideboarding and I yoink their Bowmasters out, and then they Swords to Plowshares my Phelia, which was super powerful. Then if I get to look at their deck list here, playing a really cool Yorion list. If you want to stop and check it out, I highly recommend it. I'm probably going to try Yorion list in Legacy here at some point too. I just probably am going to go mono white because I don't have all the cards on here for black white. Anyways, my opponent's Phelia triggers again. They get their Skyclave, they eat my Witch Enchanter. I draw Skyclave, so I eat their Skyclave and click in with my Spirit tokens. They get a White Orchid Phantom, they blow up some land, and then they play their Phelia. And then on tap, they blow out my token. I block Phelia Killer. They let that happen, and they get a 3/3 back because I'd eaten their Skyclave. And then I jam a Mom. They hit me. They play Yorion. Yorion's really good here. I then have the opportunity to let them, spin their wheels a little bit. I hope Cataclysm does the trick. It doesn't. They had Karakas up. They bounce their Yorion back. I have 2 lands. They have 1.
but their Phelia with that Pre-War Formalwear is absolutely incredible. So they draw another land, play the land, bounce their Pre-War. I block it with the Mother of Runes, but it doesn't matter. They have their White Orchid Phantom back. I Swords Phelia, and then they equip the Pre-War on the White Orchid, and they start clicking in. They play their Stoneforge, and they grab another Meteor Sword. I play my Stoneforge, and I grab Pre-War to kind of try to rebuild here, but they blow out my my Stoneforge with the Meteor Sword, which I wish it was Mother of Runes and I could protect myself, but I couldn't, unfortunately. My opponent then goes in with White Orchid Phantom, hits me down.
My opponent finished me off honorably, and it is 1:40, almost 2 o'clock my time. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the head. Okay, it's a new day, or I guess it's the same day, just about 12 hours later. We are going to go ahead and say yes to going first. Love and Legacy so far. It's a one-lander. I'm going to mull. This is a double vial hand. It's really slow. I think with the Rishadan Port, maybe it's good enough. Okay, opponent also mulled. I'm going to lead on the Flagstones, and we're going to pass our turn. Opponent starts with a Scalding Tarn. We're going to tick this up. This could be the new red-blue deck that I know is good. I'm going to play a Port here. I have to play the kind of slower game. Now, this is really smart. My opponent didn't crack the Tarn, so they could actually cast their spells. They grab Badlands, so it's red-black. Okay, put that in your hand. Discard a card at random. They discarded a Veil of Summer at random. There's a Chromos. Sure. We might be just a little too slow for whatever they're trying to do. This reeks combo to me. There's a Veil of Summers. There's an LED. There's an Opal. Echo of Eon. Okay, that's pretty good. It's actually kind of good for us, too. Opponent is casting a Brainstorm. I don't have a response to that. This must just be Storm. Opponent's cracking the Verdant. Playing another Brainstorm. I don't think Thalia is going to be enough here. There's another Mox Opal from the opponent. Hexing Squelcher behind that, sure. There's another Lotus Petal, LED for a Dark Writ, for another Gamble, okay. With another Echo of Eon, okay. Another Dark Writ, and then they should have Tendrils here. Oh, Beseech for Tendrils, that makes sense. Yep, opponent's got it for sure. Yeah, okay. Oh, I can see there. Okay, we have stuff for this. Deafening Silence seems pretty good. Surgical might be funny. Disruptor Flute. What does it say? Grafdigger's Cage will stop. One thing. I think that's it. I'm gonna trim a Phelia. I think Swords is good to remove here. I think Solitude is an okay remove. This would be funny if I could get it down fast enough. I'm gonna trim a Wisp. I think I cut Meteor Sword, or I cut Pre-War Formalwear for sure here. And I'm gonna trim a Stoneforge. We're gonna play first, yeah. Is turn 1 Deafening Silence good enough with a 1-lander? If I draw a second land, it's really good. Let's keep it. This is an experimentation league, really. I'm enjoying playing, but opponent could also have a Forge, could be gross. I'm noticing Legacy players are much nicer than modern players. They're saying, good luck, have fun in the chat. Help that resolve. Opponent might have a removal spell for that. I need a second land oh so desperately. There's a Chroma, the Beseech behind it. We drew another, we're gonna pass. I should have mulled probably. There's Thoughtseize, makes sense to me. They took the Phelia. Well, we might just lose here because I don't have the land. If opponent had a Wasteland, I would just be cooked. Here's a land. I think I lead on Spirit of the Labyrinth. Opponent's fetching. Underground Sea. Brainstorming, that makes sense. And they scoop there. Sweet. That was easy. I guess that paid off then. That's probably not a good thing for me to learn though. Like, oh, we're good. Play bad Pete. Win game. I don't know. Is there a way for me to hit the Tendril? This is a solid hand. Opponent wants double Thoughtseize to win. Or probably needs double Thoughtseize here. Okay. Opponent's down at 6, starting with a Scalding Tarn. Underground Sea for a Thoughtseize. Makes sense to me. They're going to take our Deafening Silence, which makes sense as well. I'm going to lead on a Plains, and we'll say go to my opponent. Maybe they can just pop off here, and that wasn't enough. Brainstorm from the opponent, sure. Lotus Petal. Okay, we drew a Vial, which is really bad for us here. I'm going to go ahead and just slam the Spirit. I should have played Mother of Runes last turn. That was a mistake on my part. Resolves. Let's see what opponent has. They could just storm off into Beseech and win, unfortunately. Opponent just does nothing. Okay, we're going to go to combat. I'm going to attack in for 3. I think Thalia here is going to be pretty solid. I'm going to play this. So I pay the 3 life. I don't know if there's anything. Yeah, I'm just going to pay the 3 life. We're going to pay 2 for the Thalia, and then I'm going to pay 1 for the Mom. And there's nothing I can do on my turn, so I'm just going to sit here and watch my opponent pay 1 for Mox Opal. We have another port here, which is solid. I'm out of combat here. I'm just going to attack with everything, and then I'm going to cast a Skyclave, and we're going to eat the Mox Opal. I think there's a real possibility my opponent can still win through this, but we have a lot of things to do at least. There's our 5th land. It's a Flagstones, which is solid, and they scoop there. Sweet. We got game 3. That's awesome. Paired here. I'm going to keep this hand. I don't know what my opponent's on. This has, removal and threat. Opponent's leading on Once Upon a Time. I think that means it's like a, okay. Could be a fair black duck. Could be I was going to say it could have been Eldrazi, but I don't think that's correct. They take my Vial, which makes perfect sense to me. I'm going to lead on Flagstones, and I'm going to yield the turn. Opponent's going Marsh Flat for Nihil Spellbomb, or tapping Swamp for a Nihil Spellbomb, which is fine by me. We're drawing a lot of fun stuff here. Lead on Stoneforge. Say yes. And cast Pre-War. They can respond by cracking this. Sure. I'll grab Meteor Sword. I'm going to assume that they have, push for that or something. I guess, I don't know. I'd assume they have some type of removal. They put a Thoughtseize into the bin. Verdant from the opponent. Opponent's paying 2 for a Pox. Sure. That's so crazy. I'm going to discard a card. We're discarding a sword. We're going to sack a Flagstone. We're going to take advantage of the Flagstone. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Good for us. We now have a Witch Enchanter, which is also pretty awesome. I'm going to pay 3. We're going to jam Recruiter. We're going to say yeah. I don't know what to grab here. This is kind of interesting. I feel like I kind of want Thalia to choke them a little bit, but Phelia is also a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to lead on Thalia because it makes their Smallpox cost 1 more. There actually could have been, there's probably, I did it, whatever. Opponent's fetching for a Bayou, paying 1 to crack and draw. Awesome. Urza Saga from the opponent. That's a little scary. Bowmasters shooting my Recruiter. Okay. Makes sense to me. For Hogak. Sure. The Gak is loot. I think I bolt this in. No, because I have to remove the Gak right now. We're going to Swords Hogak, and we're going to jam Thalia. I'm going to play this tap. Is there a way for them to give that thing haste? I'm not paying the 3 life for that. That's fine. Opponent does not go to Punchies. We drew a Stoneforge, which is awesome here. What's also quite awesome is paying 3 for a Flickerwisp, hitting my own land. I can go to combat. They can triple block Thalia. I'm not going to do that quite yet. And then we can destroy the Urza Saga here. Opponent's casting Once Upon a Time for 3. Sure. Wow, that thing's crazy. Emudian Hatcher. Okay. They're getting value with that with Pox. It makes sense to me. Opponent just staring. It's our turn. There's some port. We're going to... This is an interesting juncture. I could play Stoneforge to grab that card. Let's go to combat. Let's see what happens. So a Thalia, Wisp, and a Witch Enchanter. They're choosing to double block the Witch Enchanter, which is interesting. I'm okay with that. Okay. I can tap down some of their stuff in upkeep, or I can be a little bit more aggressive. Let's be a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to get the Stoneforge down. I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to grab Pre-War Formalwear. Opponent's paying a life to tap that thing. Sure. In upkeep, I'm going to tap that bad boy down. I should have actually taken them off green. That was silly of me. Opponent's paying 3 to Witherbloom command my Thalia. Makes perfect sense to me. And they're milling 3, putting a land back into the hand. What land did they select? Probably Urza Saga, I would guess. We drew another land, so this makes things very interesting. I can, what does it say? When this land is put into a graveyard, you create a 1/1 insect flying. The Pre-War Formalwear can get back Recruiter, who can get back Flickerwisp, or who can get a Flickerwisp, who can with the Pre-War Formalwear, and they scoop there. Sweet. Okay. They're a mono black deck that seems to rely on the graveyard. Seems like they want to go wide. Let's put Grafdigger's Cage back in. Disruptor Flute seems pretty good. That's tough. Swords was really good and efficient there. Thalia seemed to lock them down pretty heavily. I'm going to trim a Spirit of Labyrinth. They didn't seem to be drawing too many cards. I'm going to bring in my copy of Wrath, get rid of the other Spirit of Labyrinth. Surgical might be funny as well. I'm going to do the 61 card special. This has a curve to it. It's got a Flagstones. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to see what happens. We're going to get turn 1 Thoughtseize probably. Okay, they grabbed a land. They're saying go. We go Flagstones into Mom. They're going to surveil here. They're going Underground, Bayou to Witherbloom, Charm. That makes sense to me. Okay, we drew a port here, which is also interesting. I'm going to lead on a Plains. I'm going to drop out of Thalia, and we'll say go. This is probably where they Bowmasters this. Paying 3 mana for Grist. That's fun. Plussing. Okay. Grist is pretty gross. We top decked Meteor Sword. I'm going to play a land here. I think I go to end step, put in Phelia. Go to my opponent's end step so I can put in Phelia. I'm going to go ahead and swing in. Let's swing at the opponent phase, maybe? I'll block that all day long. Okay, opponent's playing an Urza Saga. Destroying my port's fine. Opponent pluses to make an insect. Go to end step here. We're going to put Phelia in. Okay, we drew another Flagstones, which is kind of awesome. I think I go to combat with both of these. I exile the Grit, hit my opponent in the face. They could have Bowmasters, which is just part of what happens here. I'm going to attack my opponent. I wish I did this differently. There's a Bowmasters, sure. They're clearing our board. Okay. I'm going to jam a Stoneforge here. We're going to say yes. We're going to grab Pre-War Formalwear. I'm going to play a Flagstone, keep a Flagstone, and sack the other one. Grab myself a plane. Opponent's Urza Saga is ticking up to 2. Okay, opponent's activating Grist. Probably to kill my Phelia. Yep, makes sense to me. Or does. Probably should have mulliganed a little bit harder. That's okay though. My opponent is going to combat. Not doing anything. Okay. Now I have a Wasteland. Play a Wasteland. I think I popped my opponent's Urza Saga. Okay. They're going to sack a permanent and draw 2 cards. It's fine. I'm not going to go to combat. I'm just going to hold up Meteor Sword. Okay. I'm going to Meteor Sword it up. I think I popped the Bowmasters so they can't activate it, right? Does that work like that? It works like that apparently. Pox, sure. I'm going to discard a Flickerwisp. Blow this up. Yes, we're going to grab a Plains here. And this is the weirdest Pre-War Formalwear ever. Pre-War Formalwear targeting the Flickerwisp. Flickerwisp enters targeting the Pre-War. That enters the exile zone. Could have hit this, probably might have been better. That's okay though. We're going to grab the Thalia. Weak to Bowmasters, but is what it is. Gross. Good job, opponent. Okay, I'm getting hit for 1 here. I actually don't know what I want to draw here. That's pretty good. I'm going to jam Stoneforge. I'm going to assume my opponent does not want to use their Grist quite yet. Plus in that Grist, sure. Haywire Might, sure. Hit me for 1, opponent. You got it. Okay, we're in a good spot. That's a really good spot to be in. We cast this for X equals 3. They're going to exile probably my Pre-War. Makes sense to me. I'll pump 1 in. I mean, now I don't have to. Whatever. I'll go to combat. I'm going to swing at Grist. I have to kill Grist, like, right now. I'm on a top deck plan, I guess. That's good. I'm going to pay 3 to equip. I'm going to evoke a Solitude to hit the insect. And I'm going to hope my opponent did not draw removal for my Stoneforge. I just have to kill the Grist, like, right now. We're going to go to combat here. I'm going to attack my opponent's face. And we're going to say go. Going to end step. I'm going to jam a Phelia. This is very, very interesting. 4 damage. Let's go to combat. And I scoop there. Okay, we got it. Wow, we're actually doing pretty solid in Legacy. We are 3-1 going into our 5th and final match. The rounds don't take a year to play. I'm enjoying this. Hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Okay, we have to go first in our 5th and final round. Let's see what our hand is looking like. I don't think that's a keeper. I'm going to mull. I don't think this is a keeper either. This has a lot of land though. You know what? I'm going to keep it. I'm positive in the league already. I want to see how something like this goes. My first turn either way would actually be a Aether Vial anyways. So I can Plains into Aether Vial, turn 2 Wasteland, turn 3 Port, and just start hopefully drawing something at that point. Could be Sneak and Show and we get really lucky and opponent's like Sneak and Show, Emrakul, Solitude comes in, eats the Emrakul, and we're good to game. I'll keep. I'm going to put back, I'm going to lead on Plains Vial and see what happens. Okay, we're probably against Dimir Control or Basic Island. Into Tamiyo. This isn't Sneak and Show. Karakas looking pretty good right now. Ooh, we drew a white card. That's even better. I'm going to go Karakas, and we can now bounce to Tamiyo. Yeah, that's fine. I hate this card with a burning passion. Ponder. Yep, opponent's playing a Misty. Go to end step. That's fine. I'm going to tick my Vial up. We're going to say yeah. I drew a Spirit of the Labyrinth, which seems very good in this position. In upkeep, I'm going to tap my opponent's island. Opponent's floating a blue. Brainstorm. And I basically get to counter that. Opponent's fetching into an Underground Sea. Shoot for a fatal push. I'm going to exile this. Crazy fight over the Tamiyo. Opponent has a Force of Will. Oh my word. I'm going to bounce that. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was actually a solid hand. I mean, now I'm empty-handed. My opponent has all the cards in the world, but that was still pretty solid. Okay, that was awesome. They better hope they drew another land. I'm going to keep the Vial on 2, and I'm going to be greatly rewarded. I'm going to Wasteland their Underground Sea, and here in upkeep, we're going to tap their island down. End step, Vial, yeah, Phelia. I keep it on 2, I think. Flagstones is pretty alright. Out of combat, I knock my opponent's clue out of here, hit my opponent 2, go to my opponent's upkeep, I port, there's Swamp from the opponent, keeping Vial on 2, That's a Mother of Runes. We're going to cast her. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to attack. I'm going to exile the mom. Hit my opponent down to 13. We're going to port my opponent off of the island again. Opponent's flashing into Bowmasters. That's A-okay. Shooting my mom. I'm not going to cry about that. I'm going to keep it on to, actually, 1, 2, 3. Yes, we're going to take out the 3. Growth. I have all the land in the world. We're going to combat. I'm going to exile the Orc token. Opponent's going to trade with the Bowmasters. I'm going to float 1, get my flagstones, keep the standing flagstones, rip a land out of the hand, be okay. Go to upkeep, port my opponent's island again, just keep him off blue. There's a delta from the opponent. Opponent is cracking the delta, getting a basic, casting flow state. That's what we like to see here. What would be really, really funny is a second port. I'm going to keep it on 3. That is incredible. I'm going to hit my opponent in the face. I'm not going to pick anything. My opponent is down to 9. Then here in the upkeep, I'm going to take my opponent off of double blue. Maybe I should have taken them off of black there. That might have been an error on my part. We'll see. Now they can like Tamiyo and do something else, like push. Or they couldn't push. Oh yeah, they can push that. Ponder from the opponent. Sure. I should have taken them off black. I'm going to take them off black's turn. Now they have a Wasteland. They're going to blow up my port, probably. Stoneforge is pretty awesome here. Okay, let's go pay 2 for Stoneforge. What did they pitch? They pitched a Murktide. It's pretty good. We can go to combat now. I can hit my opponent down to 5. End step. I think they're going to Wasteland my port. That's fine. We're going to try and bubble off here. It makes sense to me. Opponent is thought seizing me. I'm just going to ignore that. I'll throw Skyclave out with no target. Tamiyo, Brainstorm, sure. Is it -2? Oh, they scooped there. Sweet. Okay, we got the first one. They're drawing a lot of cards. I'm finding that these control matchups are pretty stinking awesome with the Deafening Silence in there. The whole game is us just fighting over Tamiyo, so I think Disruptor Flute should be pretty good. I'm gonna bring the Surgical in as well. I just like Surgical Extract. Lion Sash seems too slow to me. Everything seems very good. Maybe I just... I'm gonna trim some Stoneforge. Trim a Stoneforge. Oh, no, all 3. Trim a Disruptor Flute. Trim a Wisp. Trim a Vial. Everything seems very good to me, though. These seem pretty good. Like Flagstones into Vial seems pretty good. Polluted Delta from my opponent. Swamp into Thoughtseize. Okay. They're probably hitting my Vial here. That's exactly what I thought. It'd be really awesome if I draw the Rule of Law card. Drew a Stoneforge. It's not terrible. It's not fantastic, though. There's an island from the opponent. It's tough. I don't want to give him much information. Be like, hey, we're playing. Wait, getting Wastelanded here is going to hurt. We're going to jam the plane into Thalia. It's going to get Bowmastered. I'm not surprised. I'm going to make him use it. Makes sense to me. Ugh, that card's disgusting. Opponent's getting a little freaky there. I'm going to jam Stoneforge here. Let's grab Pre-War. And then I'm going to pitch cast Solitude eating the Barrogoyf. Let's hit that. Like, I want them to Wasteland my port. Barrogoyf, sure. That pretty good. That is pretty good. Let's attempt to Swords this. That was a success. We're going to activate Stoneforge. Bring this in. We have 1 target. Bounce that. Cast some Brainstorm. It makes sense to me. I don't know what to flute now. I could flute. Taking 2 here. I could cast Thalia. I could... Ooh, does that change? Cast a flute. Let's go... I don't remember the name of it. What if I name Wasteland? Flip Tamiyo is probably better. Seasoned Scholar. The backside of Tamiyo and just be okay with that. Let's pay 2 for Thalia. They could have Boomerang basics to bounce that back. Interesting. I mean, I don't know if this is correct. Could have just named Wasteland. But Wasteland, if they like Wasteland, my Karakas. Okay, Drown and Lock, sure. I think I hold that up for a Barrogoyf. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Quit. And I can start being the aggressor. I have 4 toughness. Oh, flip that card. Okay. Take my damage from this Shido. Whoa. What does this say? Hold up. Oh, so he has Hexproof. I'm just going to eat that thing immediately. Eat that stupid card. Get that thing out of here. We are going to play the Karakas. Keep a Karakas. And then I'm going to tap down my opponent's swamp here. You can flash in Bowmasters or you can just not. Sure. Okay, we drew a sword, which is sweet. Pay 3. Equip over here. And continue to be very aggressive. Okay. Opponent gets a 4/4. That's fair. Okay. Interesting. Tap land from the opponent. I know my opponent has a Bowmasters in hand. They tax themselves a little bit there. We drew a Vial. What do I do here? Definitely don't get in. Swords that thing. Did I cast a Vial? I think I cast a Vial. I'm definitely very far behind. I feel like I can still get flow state from the opponent. Makes sense to me. This would have been perfect because I've been like 5. Mom. Tamiyo, sure. We're going to use the ability. Again, makes things really interesting. Opponent's going to investigate. Makes sense to me. That forces Bowmasters, but doesn't help my cause. We drew a Whiff, which will be awesome at some. I'm gonna pass. Stare at my opponent some more. Surprised I didn't flash in Brazen Borrower. Yeah, interesting. Oh, they're probably going for a Recruiter is really solid. I am in desperate need of a land right now. I think I just hold on. Opponent's gonna want to blow Masters in response. Okay, they're drawing a card. Sure, I'll take my damage. Damn. Perfect. 8/8 Murktide. Now if I wisp this now, they probably have some type of counter spell here. Let's go Recruiter. I could grab Solitude and cleanly deal with that. End step. Phelia. Put. Ew, Deafening Silence is so bad right now. What could I vial? So they're down now, so we are clean and clear to with. Here's what we're gonna go to combat. Swing in with Recruit. Is this right? No, I still need a land. I can bounce the pre-war. No, this is good. Oh, brutal. Well, I'm gonna die. That's okay though. Gross. Credit scut. So sad. I don't think there's a draw that I have here that is gonna win me this one. There's a plains. We're gonna scoop. We'll make my opponent fight for it. Okay, my opponent got me with the Murktide. I mean, this seemed fine. This seemed fine. Okay, we get to go first. This doesn't seem good enough. This does. We're gonna keep it. I'm gonna put the Witch Enchanter back, and we're gonna call it a day. Opponent very well has force, which is fine. That lands, surprisingly enough. Opponent's playing Bloodstained Mire into a swamp to Thoughtseize me, most likely. Sure, take my Phelia. Makes sense to me. We're gonna play this. We're gonna jam the Spirit of the Labyrinth. I know they have a Bowmasters, but that's okay. Pushing, sure. I drew a Recruiter. We're gonna pay 3 for Recruiter. I'm gonna say yes. I mean, Phelia is really good here. Sure, I have Phelia. Thalia would also be cool here. Okay. Opponent is cracking their Flooded Strand. Getting a Surveil Land. Makes sense to me. Okay. Opponent has a Wasteland. Blowing up my Karakas, which makes sense to me. Playing a Flow State. Sure. Interesting. I think I'm gonna go to combat here. I'm gonna attack for 1. Pass to my opponent's turn. Wait for them to cast something, and then throw out Phelia. Opponent is fetching. Seizing me. And I will happily cast Phelia. There's a Bowmaster. Shoot my Recruiter. Makes sense to me. Stoneforge is a solid pickup. We're gonna jam that. We'll say yes. We're gonna grab our pre-war. I'm gonna combat. Wow, okay, that happened. Barrel going from the opponent. The thing's disgusting. Sure. Opponent isn't going to combat though, which is good for us. I drew another land. Do I just Recruiter? I mean, they probably are gonna counter that. Do I grab Phelia here? Is it the correct play? That has Death Touch and Lifelink. I need something to exile the Barrelgoy. Spirit of the Labyrinth stops him from drawing cards. I really want Phelia. Okay, that makes sense. They're consigning that. Okie dokie. Opponent cast Ponder. Sure. This is not looking good for me. There's Tamiya. Taking a lot here. Yeah, the Barrelgoy just keeps getting better and better. Opponent is empty-handed right now. I play this. Yes. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna wisp. I'm going to hit the Formalwear. I'm gonna go to end step. We can grab a Recruiter here. I'd really like to grab a Phelia. I think Recruiter has to get snagged. Man, this is tough. Because if I grab Phelia, I'm in the clear. I think I gotta grab the Recruiter, and I gotta grab Solitude here. Unfortunate as this is, I have to grab Solitude, and I have to hope I top deck stuff. Okay, opponent's casting a Flow State. I just pitch cast Solitude. Hit the Barrelgoy. Unfortunate. If opponent swings with Tamiyo, I block it with Wisp. Beautiful. Swing in the air for 3. Okay. I can actually get there now. Opponent's going to get a clue token. I'm going to block. What's on the flip side of this? Opponent's fetching. Okay. It's a tight one. My Recruiter sticking around is huge there. Let's swing in. Play land. Opponent casts a Flow State. Opponent's clicking in with Tamiyo. Unfortunately, they get to draw a lot of cards. Pop a clue. Sure, I have a Wasteland. Now I'm drawing all the land in the world. They're going to double block here. Makes sense to me. Oh no, they're shooting my face. Sure. Okay. Opponent's swinging in with Tamiyo. Back to me. They have 4 cards in hand. I port. I am drawing nothing but lands, but that's okay. There's another Bowmasters. Doing what they should have done. Destroying my port. Okay. I have nothing to do. I'm going to take 1 here. Oh, that's a big Murktide. That's a sword. They've got the counter to it. Oh, I got it. Okay. Crazy. It's really good for me right here. Oh, makes sense now. Okay. Drew another land. There's a Barrelgoy. Sure. That's a Mom. Show me Force of Will or show me another Bowmasters. Opponent got us here. But you know what? We went positive playing Legacy for the first time. Opponent's clicking in, getting their Tamiyo, and we completed a league going positive. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Always love playing some Magic the Gathering, and hope to see you guys in the next one. See y'all later.